Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Hearts of Iron 3. I'm your other host, Galvin. So, really, I haven't been paying too much attention to what the AI has been doing with trade, but damn is it working. We're up to 165 available, I see. That's why I generally use automated trade, but I've just been sort of a hard ass lately about, you know, it's not giving oil to people. Keeping it all for myself, but at this point I am literally capped out on fuel and really high on oil, so I don't really need it for myself, and the reality is I don't think me starving the Germans has done much, considering how far they've actually managed to plow their way towards Moscow. So we're kind of hoping the Soviets manage to get themselves a bit together. The United Nations. More than 30 states and nations on the fight in unity together, the fidelity of one another against Hitler's tyranny, the Japanese frenzy, and the Mussolini flop. Yep. Oops. So we more or less have our first corps together, since people can keep complaining about me calling it a corpse. Yes, I understand it's a corps. Our first corps together, fully upgraded. The 6th corps, more or less completely assembled. Infantry support weapons advances. Good. And alright then, on those. Good. Now comes the question, what do we replace it with? Well, we got that going. We're hitting 42, like, in a month, so I'm trying to just start on this stuff here. Which is pretty reasonable. Might as well. Yeah, keep complaining. Throw that in as well. Since looks like light artillery is now finished, which we'll cut out. Always good to see. Again, no. December 18th for that. Yeah, neutrality minus 5%. One of the things that makes me really want to join a faction is to get rid of that neutrality penalty on research. There we are. From the one time I managed to screw up the 1st Mech Brigade. There we are. This will make you guys actually combat capable. So who the heck am I supposed to hook you up to? I think you're supposed to be hooked up to the 1st Army here. I think. Are you full? Hey, elections. And the PNC's won. Alright, cool. That's better. Hey, extra 5% IC. Alright, not bad. We need it all. All of it. At the very least, you know, we have a little overflow. We're back into building land forts, though. But hey, that's fine. Our first round's off. So, is this seriously got... Yeah, it's got 4 cores. 5 cores. We need another new army then, I guess. Alright. So yeah, we have now 3 armies, roughly. You guys need a core, don't you? Yes, you do. Okay, there we are. We're starting to get together a more functional command system, which I'm alright with. More research possible. Huh? Really? Strange. Let's see. What do we need? What do we need? Agriculture, maybe. I generally don't find agriculture worth it. I guess 43 is acceptable, so we'll get that going. Yeah, that's for that stuff. Okay. 43 is acceptable, so like we're at the end of December here. Alright. So we're just going to turn on AI control now for the army. We're going to let it start getting itself a bit better organized. It tells me I need at least 23 tanks, 11 mountains, 56 infantry. Doesn't say I need any artillery. Go figure. New Zealand has been accepted into the Allies. As long as I don't turn on allow unit reorganization, then it has to use whatever I've given it. So it will keep the proper structure, which is important. There we are. But now begs the question, what next for research? I've run out of things I'm actually keeping up in research. I didn't think I'd be able to, but turns out I can. Alright. Really tempted to go with rockets. Maybe. Radar wouldn't be terrible. You know, radio detection equipment and radar. It's not the worst idea. The problem is that requires, to get any real use of it, I need either a massive radar station, or I need to be fighting on the defense. Neither of which I particularly like the idea of. Massive radar stations are expensive. Like, love them as the UK, you can just see across right into the friggin' entire northern half of France. You can see all of Germany's units and everything. Yeah, I guess we go with agriculture, at least for the moment. Oh no. Right, we need to research this stuff, not, like, agriculture. Or infantry tank weapons that's ahead. It'll be fine. So we have a new event. Alright, how's production coming along? Got most of the land forts readied. What is it doing with the unequipped ones? I mean, there are, you know, well, where's it putting the unequipped stuff? Like, I'm trying to find where that is, even. It's all just here, okay. Okay, good. Alright. Mechanized, self-propelled artillery, self-propelled artillery, self-propelled artillery. We'll throw 2 more into the mix, just to keep the factories working. It's going to get quicker and quicker. Upgrades are subject to the laws of practical, meaning, theoretically, as I increase it, it will go faster. What are mechanized counted as? Mobile unit practical. Okay. What is my mobile unit practical? Hey, it's up to 6.7. Can you believe that? 6.7, alright. Mind you, it's a very small amount of practical in the end, but that's okay. Italy's. Oh no. Well, this means war. Literally. Not necessarily. Oh yeah, this is quite a large event. Declare war on Italy. Yeah, I know where this goes. The aerospace escalation. When the Soviets attacked, Allied forces pulled their diplomats out and ended negotiations for the Balkan states to join the Allies in order to avoid fighting 2 superpowers. However, following the Great Stalemate, the Allies returned their diplomats to engage in another round of negotiations, or at least they tried. Flying the London, Barcelona, Beograd route in a special plane registered to the Balkan states, there came an incident. Italian intelligence learned who was aboard the plane while it was over the Adriatic. Scrambling interceptors to take it down, they succeeded. However, not only did they shoot down a Balkan government aircraft, they shot it down inside Balkan airspace. It had crossed the border. The zeal in the Italian pilots, however, prevailed. The Italian diplomats dismissed the Balkan anger because it was shot down in the disputed zone, which was rightfully Italian. In response, the Balkan Federation set up a series of anti-air guns along the border and declared a no-fly zone for all military aircraft over the Italian part of the disputed region. Hitler even arrived at the peace conference to find a solution. Both the oil from Mussolini's African conquests and the Romanian refineries were needed to ensure a successful offensive against the Soviets. Then, finally, a few days later, tensions boiled when a small transport plane identified itself as a military craft to the Italian airfield and took on flak from the Balkan side of the border. There was over a dozen ranking military officials on board. The pilot was instructed to ID as a private plane, however, he forgot, it seems. Now, with dozens of dead officers, Mussolini's rage could not be contained any longer, and the situation became war. Hitler managed to avoid taking a side, in need of the resources of both sides, at least until the Soviet bear had been slain. However, Slovakia had been swayed to join in with the promises of land. Now the Italian Slovak troops returned from the Russian front, making Hitler's conquest all the more difficult. So, you know, Mussolini gets angry. Pretty historic. And now we are technically at war with Italy. And Slovakia, I believe. Assuming I did it right. Come on, work. Well, where am I? Europe. Balkan Federation. At war with Italy, Ethiopia, Slovakia, Persia, and Vichy France. Well, alright. Those are all acceptable. And right away we've seized Zara. Real easy. Industrial production advance. Sure, ditch it. That's fine. Keep the research coming. We're not, unfortunately, upgrading our troops right now. Good. The fools from Japan cancelled our trade agreement. Oof. We are under attack in the Battle of Rikaja. Wait, we have out of supplies? The hell are you doing? How is the AI making me run out of supplies here? Let me check the supply map mode. I should definitely have enough. Yeah, no, there's just no supplies in that area. Alright, I have no idea why, but sure. Medium tank engine advance. Great. Alright, apparently some of the decisions are broken. I should not be able to do the Peace of Venice right now. That is totally not supposed to be possible. Oh wow, I totally forgot to remove a large number of pound signs, which of course indicate commented at code. Alright, that's fine. I'll just not cheese it. This episode should be over long before I actually meet the win conditions, so I can quickly go fix it. 100% coded by me. That's how you know there's bugs. Oh well. So, alright, victory point map mode. Okay, it looks like we beat them to Kosais, and their remaining victory point is in Bratislava. I have a good feeling that we'll be the ones forcing Slovakia into exile, and not the Soviets as a result. Which is useful. Now, while I could enact more efficient laws, I'm debating if I should. Yeah. Total up the economic mobilization. Get a service by requirement. And no. That I'm not going to do. Heavy industrial emphasis is not required right now. It's always hard to justify heavy industrial emphasis because you lose out on so much. Yeah. That was a great move there, AI. I mean, I guess it was to try and surround that garrison. Hey, it worked. Go for them. Alright. We're going to need a new HQ, methinks. No. Can't attach unit in a hierarchy? Yes, First Navy. Apparently I can't create anything above it, though. First Army Group, detach. Create new theater, detach, reattach to Cluj. So we now have Bucharest HQ, which will be ever so useful for me. The AI loves to garrison. So doing this should make the AI realize that it does not need to garrison. And should move more troops to the front. Excellent. A reliability advance. That's important, as that does affect self-propelled artillery. Alright. So, I'm interested to see how this will all work out. Good. Alright, we've cut the Soviets off from the rest of Czechoslovakia. Now, we just need to push Bratislava. Good thing the AI is all over it. I didn't even have to set the goals for it. Sometimes the AI knows what it's doing. But if I were to actually set some goals, it'd be Venezia as well. And that will cause, yep, the surrender of the Slovakians. For the time being. A portion of it remains under, you know, Soviet control. Thankfully, so long as the Soviets manage to continue, this Germany won't join in. Unfortunately, it is possible for Germany to join in this war if the Soviets, you know, start failing. So I need to make this about as quick as possible, because I do not want to fight Germany right now. And I have no idea how well, if at all, this war is really going. It's sometimes really hard to say. Alright. Okay. Alright. Well, either way, I think that's going to be enough to end today's episode on. We've got Slovakia down. And now, with any luck, I can command the AI to leave that alone and stop garrisoning so many goddamn troops on that border. That is far from necessary. There. Now we have the whole army moving to the front, and hopefully can engage a little heavier, because this is going too slow. I've been allowing things to go defensively, but we're going to kick it up a notch. We're going to go blitzing stance. Lack of troops. Lack of troops. You have more than enough troops. Shut your whore mouth, game. Anyway. That's going to be it for now, folks. Thank you, everybody, for watching. As always, this has been your lovely, lovely host, Calvin, signing off.